Hello, this is balancedpyro, and I'm back home from college, and just recently I've come onto this topic of the image of Dungeons and Dragons. I was at a Boy Scout meeting talking with my friends, who also plays, when another person came up and overheard us discussing this topic. And his reaction was that, like, he pictured it as people in their mother's basement dressed up in the part, which a lot of people don't do. And it kind of concerned me about the image of Dungeons and Dragons. As a bunch of my college friends know, my grandmother recently talked to me about the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons, which she got her views based on the basic understanding of it and the extremists, which are not the case. And anyway, I was talking with this guy in my troop, and I brought up a question. He is an avid player of Elder Scrolls, and he loves Oblivion. And the question I posed is there a difference between those two games? And the only difference he could think of is that one's on dice, paper, and the board, and the other's on a electronic system, computer, Xbox. But other than that, there is no real difference. And that kind of concerns me. People I know love playing Fallout, Oblivion, the new Skyrim's coming out, which is going to be crazy. But why are they willing to play these games, but not even consider touching a game like Dungeons and Dragons? And you think about it, Oblivion and Dungeons and Dragons are the same thing. You train a skill you have. You can't be you can't be a magic, ranged, and sword user. It's very hard. So you're either a spellcaster, or you're an archer, or you're a melee weapon user, which is the case for Dungeons and Dragons. You get a class that you specialize in that boosts your skills already. So if you could be an orc, and that gives you fighting abilities, or a red guard, and that gives you other fighting abilities, or you could be a high elf, and that gives you magic abilities. And you strive to level up, you do quests, and you get loot from the quests, and then you spend the money to improve your character. And that's basically the same thing as Dungeons and Dragons, which many people cannot grasp. And it's just really concerning that the image I'm getting from people who don't really understand that, trying to talk me out of playing because it's bad, it's stupid, when a lot of my friends who do not play Dungeons and Dragons love playing, like I said before, Oblivion and Fallout. And it's just something that has concerned me. And it's no really foreseeable way of lessening that stereotype unless they actually play. For example, the person I was talking to about Dungeons and Dragons before the other guy came up had the same notion until I invited him to a campaign, whereby he grew to love it, and him and I share DMing for our group, which is good, but it's just the whole notion of why do people not like the Dungeons and Dragons, but like Oblivion and games like that, RPGs for the computer or something. And I just can't grasp it. Maybe you guys have an idea of why people split those two apart when they're both role-playing games, except just the medium is different. If you have any comments or any way to help clarify this for me, leave a comment telling me what you think. This has been balancedpyro. Thank you.